Hi, I'm Rodney Dean, and it's a beautiful day here in March, just about 0 degrees Celsius. Question of the day: should you be living in an RV in northern Alberta in the winter? Let's find out. Okay, back inside. And you know what? I mean, yes, I'm a voice actor. I do impressions and all that. I have a world of experience in many things. One of them is RVs. I've been in the RV business for over 16 years. And you know what? I've seen my share of situations where people living in trailers, right? And you know, I've been in sales. I'm general manager of an RV store, so I get to hear the stories from people and what happens with them. And living in Canada, okay, I'm not talking about the States. I'm not talking about living in a good climate. I'm talking about living in northern central Alberta, Canada, which is where I'm from, Edmonton, and working at dealerships here. You get to see the people and the issues that they have. And so, should one live in an RV in northern Alberta in the winter? I would have to say no. Okay, RVs are recreational vehicles. Okay, they're meant to go camping in there, and you know they made them lush and with lots of accessories and upgrades and things and that. And I know there are people, okay, who are going to disagree with me here. That hey, you can live in an RV. I've been living in an RV for a long time. You know, it is possible, but you have to skirt yourselves. You have to have dual pane windows. Or some sort of barrier with your windows. You need to have a heated underbelly. You know, there's lots of things involved, and yes, one can. But if you're starting out, if you're thinking that this is a viable option where you're going to get a nice monthly payment because you can amortize RVs for 20, 25 years, get a low payment, and then find a cheap place to rent some lot where there's services, water services, power services. But you know what? I mean, I'm not going to recommend this because still, most RVs, the walls are 2 inches thick or less. Okay? There's only so much R value you can get out of a 2 inch wall. And yes, there's all these manufacturers with all the claims and R38 roofs and floors and R7 plus walls. You know, ideally, the reason I'm talking about this is no, 2 days ago now, I talked to a couple who bought a 2016 fifth wheel, 40 feet long. They paid like north of $60,000 for it, and they're financing the whole thing. And you know, being here in northern Alberta, it gets cold, and it's been a cold winter, and it's gotten to minus 30 or worse with the wind chill factor. And these people say it's cold. We've got four slides, and we're living in it. We got kids. Their fridge froze up. Okay, so and I've heard dozens and dozens of stories over the years, whether you have a park model, whether you have a fifth wheel that's, you know, I was there and the manufacturer said, or the salesperson said that I can live in it. It's you know, she's winterized up. She's got the Arctic package or the polar package or whatever they call it. I'm here to tell you they are not a really good option for living in the winter. Okay, the banks don't want to hear that you're going to live full time in an RV. They are what it says, recreational vehicles. And like I said, too, yes, there are people that are doing it. I know people that are living, you know, even in a truck camper, smaller trailers. They're skirted in and says, "Hey, I'm living in Fort McMurray and I can survive." You might be able to survive for a time. I'm just here to tell you that if you're starting out, it's not a good investment. Okay, you know, these people with this 2016 that I was just talking about, they financed the whole thing. Now they want to get out of it and get something else, right? It's a depreciating asset. It's not a good investment if you have to get out of something right away like that. You know, because you're going to lose. And really, I mean, finding a condo or an apartment or something, you know, it's different if somebody's just staying in it during the summer, or you know, 8 months out of the year you're building your house. I've seen applications where it can work short term, not long term. My parents full timed it for 2.5 years in an RV, and they were living in southern BC. They tried to stay there in Oliver, BC, where it doesn't really get that cold. 2 weeks of cold weather, and they were out of there, right? So, I mean, they went to Arizona. it's not really a viable option to live in an RV with it. So, if you agree, leave a comment below. If you disagree, leave a comment below. Love to hear all your stories there. If you have any questions, put a comment below. I'd love to hear what your comments are about that. I'm going to talk a little more about RVs down the way too. Maybe some tips and tricks and things, when you're out buying an RV here in Canada. So, let me know how things are. So anyways, I'm Rodney Dean. Have a great day.